So this year, 2018, Easter Day is April Fool's Day.
Right.
What's so funny about Easter?
Everything's funny about Easter. So just the very shape of Easter is a classical comedy shape. So you might know that, Shakespeare's comedies, you didn't understand the jokes in them. I didn't understand the jokes in them. Our teachers pointed them out to us, and they said, so-and-so is making a joke, and we wrote down in our exercise book, so-and-so is making a joke,
yeah.
apparently. But Shakespeare's comedies end with a wedding, right? Yeah. And Shakespeare's tragedies end with the body counts is all there on the stage, and the bodies are piled up, and that's a tragedy. And so the shape of a story is that a comedy begins in pain and ends in joy, and a tragedy begins in joy and ends in pain. So a comedy's a smiley face, and a tragedy's a frowny face. But then the question is, what is life? Totally, life is a tragedy because you climb up in the world, you try to get all the experiences you can, and then you enjoy your brief moment in the sun, and then you tumble down into the pit. And that's the total tragic tale. If Shakespeare was writing the story of your life, your story does not end with a wedding. Your story ends with a funeral. So guess what your life is? It's a tragedy, right? But Jesus comes along and he kind of turns the frown upside down, right? He plunges down into the pit and he takes our tragedy on himself on the cross and he rises up again to give us a happily ever after. And actually, he's the only one who gives us the happily ever after. No one else out there is promising you a future for these bodies and this world, but Jesus is. Yeah. So actually, the Bible ends with a wedding, So what is life with Jesus? Well, finally, with Jesus, you can trade in your tragedy for a comedy, and all of a sudden, he enters into your pit and takes you to the happily ever after. That's the true comedy, and Easter guarantees it.